Information being used for this video is taken from the Food Safety and Inspection Service website. The information being used in this video is for information and educational purposes. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permit by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. A copy of Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 shall be attached to this video. Good evening, everybody. It is around 7:49 in the evening on this Wednesday, October 23rd. So, of course, I'm coming to you about the E. coli outbreak with McDonald's. I am on the FDA.gov website. It says, let me bring my phone over here. Sorry. Put it right there. Okay. I hope this thing don't start trying to reboot. Sorry, give me a minute. I just saw something pop up. Don't reboot in the middle of my video, please. Okay, so it says outbreak investigation of E. coli 0157 H7 McDonald's Quarter Pounders, October 2024. Link to McDonald's Quarter Pounders served in certain states. Investigators are working to confirm the source of the outbreak. Excuse me. Product. I'm reading straight from the FDA page. Product. A specific ingredient has not yet been confirmed as the source of the outbreak, but most sick people reported eating McDonald's Quarter Pounder burgers. Investigators are working to determine if the slivered onions or beef patties on Quarter Pounder burgers are the likely source of contamination. McDonald's has temporarily stopped using Quarter Pounder, slivered onions, and beef patties in affected states. Meaning they're still using them in other states. I'll get to the states in a minute. Diced onions and other types of beef patties used at McDonald's have not been implicated in this outbreak. Let me stop for a minute. This is going to hurt McDonald's bottom line. I saw a TikTok maybe a few months ago. I'll say 2 months ago. And in fact, I was talking to one of my friends and I said, and I'm always looking at stuff and watching stuff. I have a degree in global business, and global business also means that you're watching and you're listening about what's going on, and just the price, just financially, the prices that you have to pay for a Big Mac meal or whatever is high now. And I've been hearing a lot of just talk that people have not, unfortunately, been that happy with McDonald's. I really don't eat fast food like that anymore. And I will say the last 3 to 4 months, my mother has not really been eating fast food. So when I came in here from my bedroom, I said, oh, I have to make a recall video on McDonald's. And she said, did you see that? Because I sent her videos, and now she's catching on. She's like, no more. So a few months ago on TikTok, I saw that supposedly McDonald's announced that they're gonna have some losses in their corporation. So I think a lot of these fast food places need to get back to basics. Number one, they were supposed to be fast food burger places, and they're doing like everything up under the sun. And just get back to basics. is number one. So maybe that'll help. I don't know. But let me get back to this. I'm sorry for going off on a tangent. So the next thing is symptoms of E. coli. Symptoms begin anywhere from a few days after consuming contaminated food or up to 9 days later. Symptoms include severe stomach cramps, diarrhea, fever, nausea, and or vomiting. Some infections can cause severe bloody diarrhea and lead to life-threatening conditions such as a type of kidney failure called hemolytic uremic syndrome, HUS, or the development of high blood pressure, chronic kidney disease, and neurological problems. Stores affected. McDonald's stores in Colorado, Kansas, Utah, Wyoming, and portions of Idaho, Iowa, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, that's 11, have temporarily stopped using quarter pounder slivered onions and beef patties. Status. Ongoing updates will be provided as they become available. Recommendation. Consumers who have already eaten at McDonald's and have symptoms of E. coli infection should contact their healthcare provider to report their symptoms and receive care immediately. McDonald's stores in affected states have temporarily stopped using quarter pounder, slivered onions, and beef patties. Diced onions and other types of beef patties used at McDonald's have not been implicated in this outbreak. When I was a teenager, I worked at McDonald's. I've been out of high school 32 years. The corporation has changed over the last 20 to 30 years. I do remember that they did use the prepackaged slivered onions and diced onions. It's very like machine-like, I guess. What do you call it? I forget what you call it. Ford thought of this. The line. My brain is like, I keep forgetting. But it's the way you do things, a strategy on how you make the burgers or how you build something. Assembly line. Sorry. So Ford thought of assembly line. It was assembly line to make the burgers. It was a strategy for how you did everything. We made the fries. The fries could only sit there for so long. The burgers could only sit there for so long. But now everything has been so automated. I would have no idea of what they do in a McDonald's restaurants, and they don't have as many employees as they used to have in there. So 30 years ago, it's so weird. I don't feel like it's been 32 years, but it's literally been 32 years, and things have changed that quickly. So I'm going to read the current update from yesterday. The FDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, Food Safety and Inspection Services, FSIS, and I went to the FSIS page and I didn't see anything, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, in collaboration with state and local partners, are investigating illnesses and multi-state outbreak of E. coli O157H7 infections. A specific ingredient has not yet been confirmed as the source of the outbreak, but most sick people report eating McDonald's quarter pounder burger varieties. Investigators are working to determine if the slivered onions or beef patties on the quarter pounders are the likely source. Preliminary traceback and distribution information reviewed by FDA shows that slivered onions served on quarter pounders are a likely source of contamination. FDA is working quickly to confirm that these onions are a source of this outbreak and to determine if these onions were served or sold at other businesses. Generally speaking, when I worked at McDonald's, they had their own growers, their own everything that they contracted with, and those supplies are only used at McDonald's. So I don't know for sure if other businesses are using any of the products that are sold, that are used to make and sell McDonald's food. Like I said, that was 32 years ago. I don't know what they do now. McDonald's has temporarily stopped using this type of onion in these states. Diced onions used at McDonald's are not implicated in the outbreak. FSIS is conducting traceback on hamburger patties served at McDonald's in affected states to determine if ground beef is a source of illness. McDonald's has temporarily stopped selling quarter-pounder beef patties in affected states while the investigation is ongoing to determine the source of this outbreak. This advisory will be updated as additional information becomes available. So here's the case count. A total of 49 illnesses, 10 hospitalizations, 1 death. Last illness onset was October 11th, 2024. States with cases are Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. And that is it. Another update I wanted to give you was on the Bruce-Pac recall with the chicken. Remember I talked about it was 7-Eleven. Well, it's bigger than that now. There was an editor's note on October 15th. Details of this release were updated to note the addition of 1,779,040 pounds of products subject to recall, increasing the weight from 9,986,245 to 11,765,285 pounds. Okay? Then another editor's note as of October 17th. It says FSIS is working diligently to identify all recalled products that were distributed to consumers, including those purchased by schools. A preliminary list of schools that received products that include Bruce-Pac recalled ready-to-eat meat and poultry have been added. The products that went to these schools were not part of the USDA's National School Lunch and Breakfast programs. Schools also purchased food directly from other vendors. FSIS will continue to update this and the retail product list as it receives more information. Let me click on a list. It's probably too long for me to even... It's 3 pages long. And the states, I'll give you the states, but the writing is tiny. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida, Michigan, New Mexico, Florida, New York, District of Columbia, Iowa, Tennessee, New Jersey. I gotta make this bigger because it's hurting my eyes. You see, I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm sorry. New Jersey, Kentucky. I said Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, a lot of New Jersey, a lot of Florida, a lot of New York, a lot of Pennsylvania, Ohio, Hawaii, Louisiana. This is my first Louisiana, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Delaware, Alaska, Kotzebu, Kotzebu, Alaska. Florida, it's a lot of Florida, a lot of New York, a lot of Pennsylvania, New Mexico, Ohio, Vermont. Wow, that was 3 pages. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I wanted to come back to you guys with that. And I also want to check on the boar's head, but I haven't seen an update on the boar's head. Yeah, I haven't seen any update on the boar's head, so maybe they got that under control. But these two, today is only the 23rd, the last update on the Bruce-Pac was October 17th, and now the McDonald's E-COLI. Yeah, we just have to be careful. We have to be careful. This is that's 11 states. That is going to hurt McDonald's bottom line, because they have just now let something slip through the cracks of their food safety. Haven't heard anything about McDonald's, I don't think, in years, many years. You've heard things about other fast food places, but McDonald's, generally speaking, you've never heard of. Well, I personally have not in many years heard of any type of illness or sickness related to McDonald's food. And for it to be in 11 states, a person dead, what does it say? 49. Oh, let me go back over here. 49 illnesses, 10 hospitalizations, 1 death. That's serious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 states. States with cases at that time were 10, but now it's like 11. That's a lot. And it's in the middle of the country, mostly, from where I see. Nevada wasn't on that list before. Oh, okay, Nebraska. So they added Nevada. Number of sick people, 1 to 3, 10. Wow. So be careful. A lot of us gardeners can tell you stuff to her blue in the face. It's up to the individual person and families on what you're going to do about your food and stockpiling. I care about everybody. That's why I bring this information, because I don't want anybody to get hurt. These are our lives. This is our food supply, right? This is our food supply, and it's very scary. It's very scary to see this happening in 2024. It's very scary. So please be careful. I'm just going to suggest, I'm not going to tell you to stay away from McDonald's, but maybe halt what you're doing for a little while until this is taken care of, because it might be these states now, but what if the ingredients were shipped to other states too? We don't know everything, and neither do they. Neither do the FDA, the CDC, or FSIS. They don't know. They're trying to trace back everything. So just be careful. Like I always say, please find peace within yourself, and please be peaceable with each other. I love you all, and stay safe. And I'm just going to suggest you start stockpiling and try to find ways to grow and preserve your own food. I think our country is going to get back to a time where families are living together and sharing some of the responsibilities. We have to. Years ago, I almost gave my brother an option. I said, if you move back to California, maybe we can find a bigger house, and, because mom is here, you'll be here. We can share responsibilities. Maybe the kids will want to come with you, and we can grow food. We can do things together. I think we're really getting back to that. As a person I'm not going to say person of color, as a black person or African American or whatever you want to call us, I think unfortunately our culture has gotten away from that. It's like, move out. And other cultures, they tend to stick together. Asians, Latinos, the Jewish culture, the Middle Eastern culture, they keep their family units more together, and I think African Americans have gotten away from that, but I hope we get back to it. The more homesteaders, African American homesteaders that I'm seeing, I love it, and I'm so proud of it because that's where our beginnings were. We weren't so divided. Even in families, we're so divided, and we gotta put that back together because look at is what's happening. We are dependent upon fast food and dependent upon corporation food supply chains. And it's okay to go out and eat. Fast food, McDonald's, when they first started, it wasn't like an everyday thing. It was a form of, okay, let's go out to eat as a family. You know, it's kind of like a special time and then come back. We've gotten away from that. And I'm hoping as time goes by, it's like we're making a total reversal, and then we'll get back to that family unit and working together to make sure the family's together, to make sure the household is together, to make sure things are taken care of, because separation is just not good. And then you have things like E-COLI at McDonald's that get to invade into your life. Maybe I'm going on a tangent, maybe I'm going on to a bigger thing, but just to know that McDonald's supply chain has been interrupted with E-COLI, to me that's very big, because that, me working for them 32 years ago, they're a very controlled corporation, and they always have things in balance all the time. So for me, it's scary to see this. Like, how did this E-COLI penetrate their supply chain? So, you know, sometimes people owe chains of McDonald's. The chain that I worked for in particularly, I think the owner had like 7 or 13 restaurants, and sometimes some are independently owned, but even those independent owners still have to go by the rules of the higher corporation, most of them. So for 11 states to have this penetration of E-COLI in their system is very scary. So again, I'm going to say it. Please find peace within yourself. Please be peaceable with each other. I love you all, and stay safe. And just think about the foods that you're eating and how you could just keep yourself safe. I love you all. Goodbye.